Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crypticink and this is Sketchcast episode 22. It's been a while since I last made and uploaded a video, almost 6 months now to be honest, and I hadn't even realized time had flown by that quickly. Before I get into where I've been and how things have been going, I wanted to talk a little about this piece I've painted. It's called Companions and it was painted in gouache on a nice big sheet of Bristol paper. I actually finished this painting right before I went on Christmas break in December, which I know was a while ago, and I think I finished it like the day before I flew out to see family in Washington. Michael had just gotten me this wonderful new artist's drafting table, like the kind where the table tilts and there's little pencil holders and drawers and stuff. It was just a really nice and perfect gift, and I wanted to paint something on it immediately, like as soon as I got it, and this is what came out of it. I was really proud of this painting when I finally finished it. This was the longest I'd spent on a gouache painting since starting the 30 Days of Gouache challenge, and I made sure to spend more time planning a little thumbnail and the colors for the painting before I got too far into it. I knew I wanted it to be purple, and I just kind of added colors to the scheme from there. Overall, I found myself lost in the process of painting in my art room, and it wasn't too stressful. Just fun for the most part. I'm still working out how to do things like painting fur and blending colors a little more smoothly, or making them look like they blend a little more smoothly, because so far gouache doesn't really seem to blend well, but that could just be me. But as well as trying to plan my compositions a little better is something else I'm working on. But despite all that, my main focus was to enjoy my new art space and to make something beautiful before taking my winter break. And I'm glad I did it too, because I feel like this was the last time I got to invest so much effort into a personal project for a long time after that. I feel like the set of classes that followed my winter break pretty much dragged me through the mud after that point, because when I came back home and got back to school, I was suddenly taking classes I felt I was not prepared for. And that's not to say that the instructors hadn't prepared me for these classes, because they were like entry-level classes to specific programs. It's just that before I was taking classes like Photoshop and in other programs that I already kind of had an understanding about, and they were easier, and now all of a sudden I was just lost. There was a few in particular where it was pretty much a class where we came in, read some tutorial, and had to kind of figure it out from there. But I will say that most of my classes were not like that, and many of the instructors have been very helpful and very well informed, but there have been one or two where I felt like I got most of my helpful learning from online tutorials and YouTube pretty much, which I don't think is okay, but I had to make do just to keep up. So for the last handful of months, I've mostly been struggling not to fail some of my classes, and that's really what it boils down to. And I do feel pretty bad about dropping the 30 Days of Gouache challenge when it was just getting started. I feel like I should have organized my day a little better and, you know, set aside time to make videos, but I just couldn't keep up. And actually a viewer very recently mentioned that 30 days may have been too much of a commitment, and I've actually already responded, but I wanted to say that you are so right. 30 days of finishing a painting a day in a medium I'm still learning while I'm a full-time student, let alone struggling with specific classes, was a crazy thing to do. It was absolutely insane to jump into while I could tell my workload was steadily getting bigger and more time consuming with each quarter. So yeah, I would definitely have to agree with that comment there. And I don't regret starting the challenge. I wanted to say that. I don't regret attempting to make that commitment. It was really fun for the 1 week that it lasted, I did learn a lot while I was painting more consistently, and I was happy to be sharing and happy with my paintings. I just wasn't able to keep up, and I had to decide that my priority should definitely be passing my classes first and taking on random personal daily challenges second. I know a lot of other people probably could have done it. I just couldn't. So after thinking about it that way, I realized I still want to continue making YouTube videos and that I shouldn't let that, failure keep me from doing that, because I still want to talk to the art community here and share stuff with you guys, because you guys are interesting and you kind of keep me company while I'm painting and stuff. But I feel like I can definitely swing one video a week rather than one every single day. So that's what I'm going to be doing from here on out. So there, call me a quitter if you want to, add on to my crippling shame of not finishing something, but at least I'll be back and posting artwork more often, which is something I totally want to do again. But yeah, so I'm actually on spring break right now. It's not as long as the last one, but it is so weird not having any homework to do every single day. I actually felt lost for a couple days without the crazy amount of stress fueling my every action, without a long to-do list of things I had to do on time in a timely manner. I just had to kind of calm down for a little bit and realize that I didn't have to do 100 things in one day for once. I did want to do a lot of personal work during my break, but I wasn't even sure where to start, like at all. So I started with editing this video, after vegging out on Netflix for 1 or 2 days, as my boyfriend likes to call it. As far as life goes, I'm halfway through school and things are just getting more and more time consuming. I don't want to harp on it, but it is. I mean, I spend quite a few hours on homework and nothing else. I just had to get a new desktop computer for at home because I simply wasn't able to keep up with the homework I was starting to get. And I only had a few days out of the week to try and bang them out while I was in the school building. We live quite a ways away, so I can't go there every single day with the one vehicle. So having a good computer has cut down the time it takes me to work and render in the 3D programs that we're using by a lot. And I'm so grateful and happy to have it now. Speaking of which, the art room here also looks way different than when we moved in, with the new art table and extra desk space that Michael actually just built recently, and also a new printer for prints, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to make better quality prints more consistently. Overall though, the room just looks generally neat and tidy and artsy for one. I did a lot of spring cleaning during my breaks and stuff, and got rid of a lot of old art supplies that I just never used and papers that were ruined and stuff like that. So it's really cleaned up and more organized, and it looks like a regular workspace for once. So instead of super cluttered and messy. I may go ahead and do a proper art room tour if anyone's curious. I've never done one before, so it would be my first. It wouldn't be too long since the room's kind of small, but I don't know, maybe it'll give somebody some ideas, or if anyone's curious. So yeah. But yeah, those are the few things that have been going on in my life for the past few months. School and organizing the house and getting ready to make better prints for the future. I've also started hosting some drink and draw events at my place every now and again with friends I've made at school. I've only done it a couple times, like 2, but I gotta say they were really fun and laid back, and it was great to have good people over for some drinks and general art shenanigans. We were drawing and talking and generally having a good time with other artists. I feel like having a kind of social art club has been my goal for a while. I know I've mentioned it before, but having it in person with real people, like people in real life, has been really nice. I'm hoping that it takes off and that I can get more and more people excited about it, and maybe organize some trips or something for drawing in the future. But that's definitely something I'm going to share and talk about in the future videos. So yeah, this painting is looking like it's just about done. So I hope you've all enjoyed the video, and I hope no one is too mad at me for taking such a very long break up until this point. As of right now, I won't be continuing a daily gouache challenge, but I will be putting more effort into getting at least one video out per week, which I feel is much more doable at this point in time. So leave a comment if you have any questions or anything, or if you just want to say hi, or if you want to suggest ideas for the next video, or whatever you want. Just talk to me. And thank you all for watching. I will see you all next week. Bye.